Hi everyone, it is Marie here from Skeinz. Sorry I'm a little bit late this morning. Oh, only a weeny bit late. It's so nice to be back in the shop. It really is so nice to be back in the shop. And I got caught. This is trouble. Haven't seen everybody for such a long time. And when you're an extrovert like me and you see all your regulars, I just want to do this, gassy. And I have to stop myself because I've got so much on at the moment. I've been in since Barry's Fart doing budgets and stuff, and oh yeah, it's really bad. I kept coming in to do the sign up, the setup in here this morning, and I kept getting distracted, and I'm going around and getting balls of yarn, and then I see someone that I haven't seen literally for months, and oh, so bad. So it's good, but it's so nice to be back. It is really, really nice to be back in the shop. It's great. So you are with the Skeinz Diaries. Today is day 3, Monday, May 18th. And for those that don't know, I'm Marie. And welcome along to have everybody here this morning. And what I thought I'd talk about this morning is I finished something over the weekend. Yay! So I posted up actually on Instagram an image of some of the colourful yarns that I had on my desk actually a week or so ago. I took that photo, and I just love the bright colours. One of the things that I do is that whenever I go and travel, I think I've mentioned before, when I travel, I purchase yarns for one of 3 reasons. I purchase yarns. I actually mentioned it with Ethan on Saturday. I'll buy yarns specifically for a project or a garment. So I'll have a project in mind. I know exactly what I want to knit, and then I will go out and hunt out a yarn if I don't have that yarn already in stash specifically for that project. And it's often generally when I do that, it'll be yarns like a certain colorway or a style from an independent dyer that I especially like, or a self-striping yarn, or a commercially made yarn that is something that we don't do ourselves. And we all know that I have the world's greatest Noro fascination. So those are the sorts of examples that I do. Then I'll also buy yarns just because they speak to me. They talk. If you've never heard yarn talks. It talks a lot. And the other reason I'll buy yarn is also as a souvenir. It's a reason, like it's instead of buying a tea towel or a t-shirt or something like that, I will actually buy yarn from a specific location. And often a lot of the places that we go to either will have a local yarn store. I'll Google out where the yarn stores are and either hunt one out, or I will go and check out, like quite often I'll see if there's a local market or a craft market, and these yarns that I can get there from a local producer or dyer, and I'll do something like that. So I'll go and do that. And then the last reason I buy yarn is to library it. So almost like a reference. And I do that quite a lot too. You'll see me at markets and I'll buy the weirdest things, the weirdest combination of yarns. And I do that and I have a reference library of yarn here in my office here, of all the different yarns that I have that I use. And I use that for inspiration, new product development, colour, texture, because, inspiration comes from a whole bunch of different places. So some of those yarns that I talked about, so the yarns that I photographed were really good examples of yarns that I have that I've got in terms of reference. But 2 of those yarns are yarns that I'm actually working at the moment that also fall into the souvenir category. And they're ones that I purchased when I was at Salamanca in Hobart. Now, if they open up the Trans-Tasman bubble and we do get the opportunity to travel with our neighbours at the West Island, Tasmania, if you've not been to Tasmania is wonderful. Really is just a most magical part of Australia. It is quite amazing. And I've been really lucky. I've been to Hobart twice, absolutely adore it. And I happily go back to Tasmania again for sure. I just love it. And if you're a crafter and you're a knitter and love any handcraft too, handmade, Tasmania is full of these amazing artisans, and they have this incredible Salamanca market, and hopefully it will continue in a post-COVID world. Anyway, there's also a wonderful wool shop down there as well. And I purchased these, and one of them is a yarn from Cascade, which is an American brand, and it's called Melila, and it's sort of very Noro-esque. It's a wool silk, woolen spun like Noro, graduated colours, and the other was from Biggin Designs, which is an Australian designer, and it was just a very bright citrus yellow. And I wanted to make my Ever After cowl, and here it is finished, all done. So the Ever After cowl is just a simple variation of feather and fan, which when you stripe it, as I have done here, you get these lovely wavy stripes, which is what I wanted. I've also done this on a much bigger needle. This is a 5.5mm needle because I wanted something quite done. And I wanted to do it because I wanted a cowl that A, was quite long to wear like this, but also could be easily doubled around. Ooh, as she pulls all her hair out to do this as well. So that is all completed. Oh, I see you guys are having fun with the captions again. I can see this now. This is going to become a thing, isn't it? Seeing how the captions can cope with my New Zealand accent. I actually think it's quite funny. I know I have a pronounced New Zealand accent. I can't change it. Really, it's just how I am. But look at that. I'm absolutely delighted with it. Yes, it is soft and squishy. It's I have to say the yarn, particularly the Melila, wasn't essentially soft to the hand. I just gave this a really good soak in fabric softener, and it's come up beautifully. Really pleased with how that's come up, and it's just so nice to have a finished item. And I was quite determined. I actually finished this yesterday afternoon, and I was quite determined to get it done because I'm itching to cast on my next project, which I'm going to talk about now. But I wanted to get this completed because I said I would do it over the lockdown period, and it's now nice to have it completely done. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It'll go to the collection. It can't stay at the shop because obviously it's not made from yarns from here. And the minute I do anything with yarns that's not made from here, people will go, where is that yarn? Anywho, it's nice to have it finished. And I've also just thought I'd show you here as well for those that haven't seen it. And I think I might be able to stand up and I'm just going to do this. You might be able to get a better viewing of it. Is the Rambler. So this is, we haven't put that out on the mannequin today. There we go. So Rambler is now done. And for those that, I've done it sort of into a tunic. And as you can see, I haven't worn it today. I've worn Chika today. But Chika is also still in Southlander. So this is in Southlander Bulky. This is Southlander Sport. Let's go back this way. And really pleased. Absolutely delighted. This is going to go on the mannequin so people can see it. I haven't got the label for it yet, but utterly delighted with how that worked out. And the colour work in that, which is there, I'm so pleased with it now that I have decided to delve into another colour work project. And that is, of course, this one here, which is Goldwing by Jennifer Steingass. And what I thought I'd do today is that I know a number of you already started this, so this is great because you've already cast it on and it looks amazing. But I thought now that I'm actually at the shop, I would go around and have a look at some yarns and some options that would work really well with this. So I've already shown you that I'm actually going to modify mine slightly. Surprise, surprise, Marie's going to make modifications. Modify mine slightly, and I'm actually going to do mine in Southlander Sport in Carney 4-ply. Carney is a Danish yarn, which is pretty much essentially just like Southlander, same sort of handle, but I've got a long ombre rainbow print, so that's why I'm wanting to do that. And I've had it in stash forever, and I'm quite keen to use it. But you don't have to. It's actually written to a DK, and I think most of you will feel more comfortable knitting this as in a DK. The only reason I'm doing mine in the Southlander Sport is I live in Hawke's Bay, so we don't get the really, really cold winters here like many do. So I'm just doing, and I just prefer the lighter fabric. So it's a personal preference. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to pull out some combinations for you just to give you an idea of what you can and can't do. And so it's quite a sort of rustic look that she has there on the front cover. And in this particular one, it's gone light to dark. And actually, I haven't got and I don't think it's in this. The other example that she has on her Ravelry page is actually dark to light. What I'm doing mine in is oatmeal with the county at the top. So I'm doing colour, all my colour up here, and then the plain oatmeal moving through. And there's a really, really good reason for that. One, I want the colour around my face. I just love colour, and I just think it's really, and also too, colour draws the eye to your face and to this point here. So from a size perspective and a styling perspective, I am a big girl. I mean, I am a size 22. I'm also very, very tall, and I want to basically highlight my best features. So for me, I want to make sure that the highlight area is here, and this is where people's eyes are drawn, and not through the areas that, you know, I'm not 100% comfortable with all of the time. So that's why I'm doing that. And I just like the idea of the colour up around my face, just me. So that's what I'm doing. And oatmeal, though, is this colour is just such a wonderful neutral base, this beautiful Southlander oatmeal. Look at it there. And it's a gorgeous grippy yarn. And these yarns are fabulous for colour work. So if you're wanting to have a go at some colour work for the first time, I think Southlander is a really good place to start, because the yarns are quite grippy and has almost this Velcro effect when you're working with it. It helps actually when you're doing your floats and moving things across. And this design is only a 2-stranded colour, so it's a perfect introduction to colour work. It just allows you to have those stitches sit really well, helps you keep your tensioning right, and when you go to block, they tend to block easily and look really, really good. Sorry, I've got itchy nose. So Southlander there, in terms of if you were to do the Southlander as your main colour, and particularly in DK, they come in these big 200-gram balls, you may not necessarily want to do, I mean, you won't need 200 grams for the top. I think it will only be, I'll tell you, un momento, por favor, I will let you know what it is. It is contrast colour. So you're only looking at 229 through to 348 metres. So at the larger size, that is there's 400 metres on one of these. So in the larger sizes, you're just looking at a single ball of this. But in the smaller sizes, you're actually only looking at about 3 balls of 50-gram DK. So if you're not wanting the Southlander rustic looks, I thought I'd bring out some other options. Because we all know that there are 1,000,001 Southlanders that would look great with this. I mean, charcoal with this would look fantastic. Just a natural combination. You could do light to dark, oatmeal at the top, charcoal at the bottom, similar to what I've done here with the Chaika, which is cream and charcoal, or flip it around and do it the other way. Either or, you can do that. But what I love is the fact you can actually throw in some other colours. And I've just gone and pulled these out just as an example. These are all Bandit yarns, and Bandit DK is the same construction exactly as Southlander DK. So if you're wanting to add some really beautiful rich colours that Deborah does in Outlaw, or Bandit rather, in Bandit yarns, these are perfect. Absolutely perfect. And they just give you some additional colour options that you're not going to get with the Southlander yarns. I mean, look at that. That one is jaunty. Stunning, beautiful orange. And that oatmeal go incredibly well. This is one of my favourite. This is Adventure. Oh, it blends into the wall behind me. Awesome blue. Looks amazing. Kelmscott, which, actually, this is the Shenanigans, is that one's called. There we go. It's similar to the Kelmscott in Bohemia, but look at those two together. Amazing. So whatever your favourite solid colour is in the shades, you can actually do those with the Bandit. And again, you could have the light at the top and the Bandit at the bottom, or you could flip them around. But it just means knowing that Bandit yarns work perfectly with Southlander, it just expands your opportunities when it comes to knitting this pattern. And even if you're going to do the Southlander sport modifications like I'm going to do, and you can use Little Bandit as well, because Little Bandit and Southlander Sport are also the same count. So it just expands your colour opportunities massively, which is great because, you want to have something that you feel really good and really comfortable about. Now, you don't have to do it in Southlander. I actually jumped out to the shop and had a look at a couple of other options. And I grabbed these two and put them together. And I thought, wow, actually, these work amazingly well. And I know a lot of you have this already in stash because you've picked it up when we've had specials. And that has been, and they're both still available now as well, Chatswood. Oh, there's Pete. Do you want to come and say? No, I'm trying to get him to come in and say hello. Come in, here he comes. Come and say hello to everybody. I just said, I'm telling them all about my latest project. And I said, oh, there's Pete. So there they all are.
Hello, everybody.
Social distancing.
Yes, social distancing.
How is it? So I said we're going to actually get you and Kelly together, I thought, at some stage, and we're going to do a Q&A. So I do promise that is definitely going to happen. Not that we've told Ian.
Yes, I've indicated to Ian. He's the brain of this operation. He's very technical and he's a very clever man.
He is very clever.
And any questions you've got on technicalities of anything to do with spinning yarn or knitting or whatever, please ask us.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and get that pulled together in the next couple of weeks. So thank you for that.
Good stuff. How long will you still be on here?
I will still be. Oh, not too long.
Not too long. I'll hang around because I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to Marie about mohair.
Oh yeah, yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye bye.
I won't be too long. Chatswood. A lot of you have got this already in stash, and these two. This is the Dartmoor and the Peak District, but they're both heathers, and they both have in them sort of a slight pinky tone. So this is dark bluey, greeny pinky tone, and this is like an opalescent pinky tone. And those two together would work incredibly well in Goldwing. They really, really would. And again, incredible value. If you've already got this in stash, winner chicken dinner. But if you don't, $3.95 a ball. So it's, it really is incredible value. If you want to pick it up a notch, and you want to do something that is a little bit fun and a little bit more broody, I've gone and grabbed this. This is Black Pearl for Diana McDougall. Did I hear mohair? Yes, you did hear mohair, Diana. And Peter and I, we've got some new product development, actually, that we've been doing with some mohair, actually before lockdown. And so I'm pretty certain that's what he's coming to talk to me about. So watch the space. What is it? Black Pearl. One of my favourite colours in the Black Pearl range is this guy here, which is Barbosa. And yes, I know it's black, but it's a charcoaly black, very akin. It's basically, it's the same as the Southlander charcoal, as you can see there as it blends in, but it's got that wonderful fleck through it. So it's quite three-dimensional. And so it's black, but not as we know it. And it's a beautiful, it's lovely. And see that, but with that punch of colour at the top, and this is Bounty, I just think that would be incredible. Just amazing. And if you're a Hurricanes fan, even better. There you go. But see, if you wanted something deeper and darker and broodier, but that with the proper colour, amazing. So that is Black Pearl. And also too, Black Pearl is this twist on twist construction, but it's not shrink treated. So even though it's not as grippy as Southlander, it is it still has a little bit of grip there because it's not a shrink treated fibre, so it will work quite well. And then the other yarn that I think will look absolutely amazing is Sockmatician Edition DK. So that is the milk, which is the beautiful grey. It's a deeper grey than our oatmeal. So as you can see, there are the two differences there. So it's a wee bit deeper, but a wee bit more colour. And I just grabbed this one. This is Taylor, which is this beautiful emeraldy green. And it's just wonderful. And see, those two together would be amazing. But the reality of it is every single colour in the range looks good with milk. So it doesn't matter what your colour preference is in the range. You stick it with milk, you're golden. Delavery, which is the dark charcoal colour, goes with every colour in the range. So if you wanted a darker sweater, whether it be dark at the top and then colour, or colour dark at the bottom and then colour at the top, you do Delavery and then put whatever colour you want with it. It will look incredible. So you've got different options there. And of course, this is incredibly soft. Merino, alpaca, there's possum in here. So it will just take it to that next level. So those are all some options that you can have a look at. I will make sure I put, unless someone wants to go and jump and do that for me, put Goldwing, Jennifer Steingass in the comments there. So that's, I'm hoping actually to get that cast on tonight, and then I should hopefully show you some progress at our next video catch up. The other one I just wanted to quickly show you again, because it is all the yarns that I've just shown you will work beautifully in this project as well, and I mentioned it on Saturday, but I think it is worth another mention. Bittercress by Faye Kennington. Look at that. I think that's absolutely gorge. And I pulled out the cream. And just to give you an idea, like I talked about the bandit yarns before. Oh, I didn't grab the dark one. But you could go gradual, but you could also, you know, that's the sort of thing. It's very, very easy to pull those colour combinations together by bringing those two ranges together. And that's the really nice thing about the fact that we have, even though we do them for different companies ourselves and Bandit Yarns, it's so nice to know that you can actually have a bit of cross-pollination and they will actually work. Louise is asking, are you talking about the jumper you have on? Oh, what's the pattern? Actually, if anyone wants to throw this up for me as well. Oh, thanks, Anna. This one is Chaika by Midori Hirose, I think. Midori Hirose? Yes, I think so. So this is actually, and the other Chaika's in the window, but I'm going to stand up and show this to you. So this is, so I don't usually, as I said before, I'm not a big sweater wearer. I've only got a couple. This is Chaika, and this one is it's a cropped style, but what I've gone and done with this Chaika is I've made it slightly longer because I had, look at that, mummy tummy, just covers it, but it just works perfectly with a skirt, a full skirt. Yes, that's the one, Louise Chaika. Yep, Chika, yes. And I often wear this one over the top of a full sort of a tank type dress. I've got a big, I've lost the name of it. Go on. And it is, and it's perfect. Absolutely love it. And I've got another one as well, which is in the same pink as the carnation, actually. That's still our birthday colour. It's that carnation pink with this. I had the cream left over, so I did that as well. And it's, the two of them are quite different. One of them I knitted on a bigger needle because that's what I had, and the other one I knitted on a slightly, this is the one I think I did on a slightly smaller needle, and the carnation coloured one is actually slightly bigger. It's got more positive ease, and I have to admit I don't wear that one quite as much. I think this one fits better, but yeah, so that's what those are. So that is what, oh, and actually this is the last thing I want to mention. Oopsie, bang crash. For those who are thinking, well, Marie, this colour works great, but I really don't feel like launching into an adult pattern into colour work, but I'm quite keen to do some colour work. I know I've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again. Strange Brew. Now this is actually the book in hard copy. You don't need to buy the book in hard copy. You can just rail engage by the individual patterns from Revelry. Tin Can Knits, that's the collection. Louise is like, what's the initial pattern you were talking about? I came in late. Oh, Rambler was the initial one. If that was the one with the black dress, yes, Rambler was that one. Rambler or Laer, and that's by Marcella Chang, I think. Anyway, Strong Brew. Strong Brew is fabulous because what they've gone and done with this book is they've gone and created all of these patterns, but they're from all sizings, from infants all the way up to full-grown adults. So that's fantastic. If you're just wanting to do a child's pattern, you can do that. But the beautiful thing is when you purchase the pattern, you will be getting everybody, absolutely everybody. And see, I mean, look at those. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And we've gone and done, we've got a couple of these here in the shop. And what we find with this book and what we found, here we go, I want to show you cartography. Now look at that. Now that cartography sweater, Ethan has done that sweater in full size, Ethan from Outlaw, and he did his in Nix, but that in Bandit looks amazing. Southland DK, Amazing. So this is where having the combination between those two yarns works perfectly, because if you're doing a smaller garment like for a child, you may only need one 200-gram ball of Southlander, and you'll only need one ball of a contrast colour, or like 50 grams, and you'll be able to grab that 50 grams and actually complete that project. So it makes life really, really easy. Jenny is asking, she's got some merino silk 5-ply from the sale page. Would I be able to knit a Niada with this? Jenny, well, here's something I had prepared earlier. Don't you love it when life works out? So this, and now to be fair, this Niada is in a 4-ply, but the short answer to that, Jenny, is yes, you can. And if you've bought, I'm picking you've either bought either cadenza or madrigal, one or the other. It will look amazing in this. And I've only got this because someone asked me about this in the shop before I headed in here to do the video. This is merino. Actually, we did this colour actually in Orb Fine, and then we've now moved it across to Merino Soft. So this is one of the crush colours. I think this is called, it's either called Mist Crush or Cloud Crush, or it's the grey one. But that's what it looks like when it's knitted up. And as you can see, that mottling is really even all the way across. So if you've got that 5-ply, will look incredible in this. It will actually disperse that colour beautifully. What I suggest for you, Jenny, is a 3.75 or 4mm needle, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I think, I don't know what your tensioning is like. If you tend to be a little bit looser on the tension, you could probably go 3.75, but either or will be fine. And that will make an incredible Niada. It'll look beautiful, really, really beautiful. So yay. And depending on how much you've got, actually, if you've only got one hank, I would actually possibly go up a needle size, and then that will just make it a wee bit bigger for you. But yeah, that's the needle size I would use on that. It'll look amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'm going to finish there. Nearly half an hour. Peter's waiting for me. He'll be sitting there chomping at the bit, and he'll start gold fishing me shortly if I don't wrap it up. I'm going to be back again on Thursday. But until then, have a great day. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got your kids back to school, yes, I have. Can't wait to hear how their first days went back at school. And if you're still working from home, but you're able to go a little bit more peace and quiet, enjoy it. Hopefully get some knitting done. But until then, I will see you again Thursday, 11 o'clock here on Skeinz.